No, I forgot about this. This is how people used to run in this game. Look at this. Watch IQ take off running.
It is a beta, so keep that in mind. I'm gonna, I'm kind of gonna just gloss over this.
What is up, everybody? I am Get Flanked, and today we are going back in time. We're actually going to be watching and reacting to the very first Rainbow Six Siege video I ever made. This is over 5 years ago, September 28th, 2015. It has a whopping 2,160 views. I think whenever I made this video, I maybe had like 200 or 300 subscribers. I was just getting started on YouTube. And I went in and I played the Rainbow Six Siege beta and I made a review about it. So this is going to be my review of the Rainbow Six Siege beta on PS4. This is going to be a blast from the past. You're going to see a lot of stuff in this that doesn't exist in the game anymore. And I'm really looking forward to watching this. So with that said, let's just get ahead and watch it. The reason I wanted to do this is because Rainbow Six Siege just celebrated its 5th birthday a couple days ago, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of go back to the beginning of Rainbow Six Siege for me. So let's get into it.
What is up, guys? This is Get Flanked, and today I'm going to give you my review of the Rainbow Six Siege beta. Now, it's very important that I put beta in there because, of course, a lot can change between now and when the game's actually...
All right, so I'm cringing watching this. Like, I'm somebody who's used to hearing my own voice a lot, but hearing it from this long ago and like a different mic and like just a different... I sound different, and it's making me cringe really hard right now. But we're going to try and stick this out for the rest of the video. On a different note, look at the user interface. Look at these operator icons. Like, this is Thermite. I remember that. I don't remember what this is. But look at the old like team emblems and stuff like this. This is a blast from the past, no doubt. All right.
Released, but I do feel that we're close enough to release at this point where this is going to be pretty close to the game that we get. One thing that I do want to let you guys know up front here is I am not being paid by anybody. This review is purely my opinion, unbiased and uninfluenced by anybody other than me.
Okay, so again, I think I maybe had like 100 or 200 subs, so of course this review is not paid for by anybody, but hey, good on me for wanting to make it absolutely clear, props, I guess. That's better safe than sorry. Also, why does it sounds like I'm talking like this. This is what it sounds like to me, that I'm sitting here and I'm going, what's up, guys? I'm Get Flanked. And it sounds like I'm like talking out of breath or something. Like, in this review, we're going to be like, it sounds so cringy to me. All right.
And for anybody who's not familiar with my channel and what my gaming background is, I am a Call of Duty player.
I'm a Call of Duty player.
Keep that in mind as I go through this. I've dabbled in other games, of course, but for the most part, I play Call of Duty.
Right, so and that's true. At this point, my channel was primarily Call of Duty Search and Destroy. That's how I started on YouTube. Look at this. I'm Thermite shotgun with frags. I have frag grenades as Thermite. How amazing is that? Oh my goodness. This is crazy to go back and look at. Night maps. We're on a night map, by the way. That used to be a thing.
Here with kind of my summary and my advice to anybody who's wondering about this game. Obviously, I'm going to go into more detail throughout the video, but to summarize it, I'm going to say this. If you have been following this game, if this game looks interesting to you, if you like the tactical gameplay that this game has kind of promoted itself to have in it, then you're going to enjoy this game. This game is exactly what they said it was going to be, and I can't stress that enough. I have been following this game for a while because I love tactical gameplay. I'm mostly a search and destroy player on COD.
What was that?
So this game,
I remember this now. I remember this kill. Look, I knifed the pulse through the barricade.
I have been following this game for a while because I love tactical gameplay. I'm mostly a search and destroy player on COD.
And at that point, that pulse uninstalled and never played Rainbow Six Siege. I am single-handedly responsible for that pulse never playing Rainbow Six Siege again.
So this game looked really fun to me, and it has not disappointed me at all. If you look at people streaming this game, if you look at the trailers of this game, and it looks fun to you, then it's gonna be fun.
Great advice. Great advice, Get Flanked. If this game looks fun to you, it's gonna be fun. Great beta review. That's high quality content creation there. But honestly, one thing that jumps out to me there is I mentioned the tactical gameplay. Now keep in mind, I'm coming from Call of Duty. So coming from Call of Duty Search and Destroy, yeah, this game felt like a mill sim to me. But really it's not. Like, this game's never really been realistic. One thing I am noticing now, they have the wrong icon up here. I'm using the shotgun and it shows me using the AR, but all right, let's carry on.
You should probably buy it. To anybody who hasn't
Look
been
at these kill cams. Oh my gosh, this brings back memories. Look how big this is. Oh my good, and it's like black and white
game and doesn't really know what it's about. The basic premise, and this is very basic, is you've got 2 teams of 5. One team is inside of a house or structure, and they are defending it. So they have tools they can use to defend that structure or area of that structure, like barricading doors, just like I said, different tools they can use to make it harder on the attackers. The other team, of course, is the attackers, and they have tools they can use to infiltrate that building. And that's really, like I said, the basic rundown of the game is it's kind of like a siege, like the name entails, or you're like a SWAT team infiltrating a building and trying to get to an objective.
I think that's a fair summary. I mean, I think that's a fair summary for the most part. I didn't mention the destruction. That's obviously a big component of this. I don't think I mentioned this construction, so that's probably something I missed there. But I think for the most part, my summary was accurate. I'm trying to figure out these operator icons. So obviously Thermite, pretty sure this is Twitch, the gears. I don't know what this is. This is Castle. But yeah, this is interesting.
All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty now regarding the beta. And the first thing I have to say is the beta has been super buggy.
Surprise!
It is a beta, so keep that in mind. I'm kind of
look at the running icons. No, I forgot about this. This is how people used to run in this game. Look at this. Watch IQ take off running.
It is a beta, so keep that in mind. I'm kind of gonna just gloss over this because it does need to be mentioned.
All about
the matchmaking has been terrible.
Awesome.
It's taken a lot of time to get into games. Sometimes you get on there for an hour.
People used to look so crazy when they would run in this game. I have to watch it one more time, guys. Sorry.
Beta has been super buggy. It is a beta, so keep that in mind. I'm kind of gonna just gloss over this because it does need to be mentioned. The matchmaking has been terrible. It's taken a lot of time to get into games. Sometimes you get on there for an hour and maybe get 1-2 games in because it won't put you into a game, and that has really been frustrating.
So what I mentioned there was absolutely true. And granted, obviously it's a big joke. The beta was buggy, the game is still buggy, but it was a different type of bugs. Like, the game barely worked in the beta. Seriously, I remember getting on and trying to find a match and it taking forever and almost quitting even trying to get any footage or anything. So the beta, and honestly, when the game released, it still didn't work. I don't remember the matchmaking really being solid in this game until year 2, Operation Health being over, in all honesty.
But like I said, it is a beta, so it's going to have bugs. We get that. It's not Call of Duty where they're releasing pretty much the same game year after year and they can use the same stuff. It's a brand new game, so the beta is going to be I expect the beta to be a lot rougher than, say, the Black Ops 3 beta. Now, when it does actually get you into a game, it is amazing. It has provided me with some of the most intense multiplayer gaming experiences that I've ever had, and I've only been playing it for a couple days.
Okay, so I think that's still true. I think for me, and this is going to be different for other people, but for me, there's no game that has ever made me feel as intense in the moment as Rainbow Six Siege. Those clutch opportunities, nothing has ever gotten my heart going that way, and I recognized that back then, and I think it's still true. I absolutely do. One thing I want to go back to, though, look at the grenade throwing mechanics. Watch me throw this grenade.
Provided me with some of the most intense.
I don't remember that changing
gaming
but
experiences. Provided
those
me
mechanics,
with some of the most intense.
I feel like the grenade travels so much further and faster now.
It is amazing. It has provided me with some of the most intense multiplayer gaming experiences that I've ever had, and I've only been playing it for a couple days. Now, there is a very steep learning curve to this game. The first couple games that I was in, I was like, what the heck am I doing? It takes some time.
So I'm saying this as I'm trying to revive IQ from the prone position. And again, I would say that that's something that I got right as well. It's a steep learning curve. I recognize it at this time, and that's still true. It takes, you can see me trying to find rappel points and just like stumbling around. Like that's how new players feel in this game. Like it takes a while to learn the mechanics.
To learn the controls, learn how to use your tools, learn how to kind of the flow of the game goes, because it's so different. I cannot emphasize how different this game is, especially if you're coming from Call of Duty. In Call of Duty, gun skill is the #1 most important factor to your success in that game. How good you are with your gun. In this game, it's near the bottom. I mean, yeah, you want to be able to aim. I'm not saying that, but the teamwork, the way you use your tools, the strategy you use, where you position yourself is 10 times more important than your skill with a gun.
That is interesting. That is interesting. So I think, again, you have to understand I'm coming from Call of Duty where there literally is only gun skill. So for me to come into this game and see these individual operators that have unique gadgets, that have destruction and all this stuff, it did feel like gun skill wasn't that important. It was all about thinking, you know, and over time that has changed. Like you've heard me talk about how ranked feels like a frag fest now. But in reality, there's actually more like utility in the game now than there's ever been. So it's kind of weird. Like, what do you guys think about what I just said there? Do you understand where I was coming from? Do you think it's still the case? Do you think that's changed over time? Let me know that stuff down in the comments.
It's awesome because you're not going to see this one guy who's just a beast tear through your whole team, just charge in guns blazing and tear through your whole team. He can't because the game just doesn't allow it.
Okay. Well, apparently I hadn't met the Ash crouch walk rush at this point in in the game. And granted, I think I'm right there because that does happen from time to time. One person just dominating a lobby or a round. But for the most part, it's less common in this than in Search and Destroy Call of Duty. You know, keep in mind that's my perspective. Coming from COD to this, it did feel like that.
That said, the balance in this game is going to be so important. If there's one operator or tool,
I'm in the beta here talking about balance in this game. Like, come on, you know, you can hate on me all you want. You can say that, you know, that I complain, or you can say whatever that I, you know. But what you can't say is that this isn't me. You know, this is where my mind has always gone. This is how my mind works, even going back 5 years ago. So kind of interesting to watch this.
Or trick that becomes OP in this game, it's going to make it unplayable real quick. And in the beta, I'm seeing hints of that with the Riot Shield. I do feel like they have to do something with it.
I already hated Riot Shields. Again, guys, say what you want about me, but I am what I am, and I've always been that way. Yeah, so I clearly didn't like Riot Shields at this point. And I remember what I was thinking whenever I was saying this. I could like put myself back in the shoes. I felt like if they didn't balance it correctly, that the game would be completely unplayable. And we've had things in this game that have been broken on release, but it never really got to the point where I was thinking about in this moment. Even as broken as Line was, we've never gotten to that point. But it's funny to hear me talk about Riot Shields even at this point.
I've heard other people say the same thing. The Riot Shield is OP. Unlike Call of Duty, with a Riot Shield in this game, you can hold it up and shoot your pistol at the same time, and people are just walking down hallways shooting their pistol. And
guys, check out the 3-hit barbed wire. Barbed wire used to take 3 hits to get rid of.
You can hold it up and shoot your pistol at the same time, and people are just walking down hallways shooting their pistol. And the time to kill in this game is super quick. If you get a headshot, you're done. And, you know, it's hard to kill the Riot Shield people. They can just spray their pistol.
Look at this scoreboard. Wow. This is crazy.
And just spray their pistol with 20 rounds in it, and that has seemed a little OP, and I'm hoping they balance that a little bit. But other than that, I haven't really seen anything in this game that I would say is out of balance or needs tweaked. But that's going to be ultra important in this game for sure. Another thing I have to mention about this game that you notice almost immediately when you start playing it is...
Let's go back and look at this operator. So these are all the operators that were available in the beta. That's Bandit, that's Jaeger, that's Pulse, that's Castle, Smoke. I'm guessing that's Mute. I don't know what the tree is. Is that Tachanka? Maybe the tree?
But that's going to be ultra important in this game for sure. Another thing I have to mention about this game that you notice almost immediately when you start playing it is there is a lot of menu time in this game. And I'm showing you a pretty much uncut gameplay here. There's a few like loading screens.
Look at this. So you could first of all, they went to the scoreboard after every round. That was something that we don't, they changed. You could pick your objective and casual. That's something that they've obviously changed. So even at this point, there was even more menu time at this point in the game.
Screens that I cut out. So I wanted to show you that so you see how slow the gameplay is. Like, it's not even really the gameplay. It's just like you have a round. If you die early in a round, you might sit for the next 4 minutes watching your team, but you can still help them, which is cool. You can look on the cameras and you still have comms that you can communicate with your team. And then you're going to go back into the menu. You're going to select your operator, and then you're going to select where you spawn, and then you're going to run your drone and check out, or you're going to get your preparation time, and then you'll get into another game. So there's a lot of downtime in this game. It's very slow. I played this game for like 2 days, granted not the whole day, and still was figuring out the buttons. I still to this point don't feel completely comfortable with the game because
okay. So what I'm saying right here is actually really, really important. So first of all, look at me just walking around like I have no idea what I'm doing. This is what it's like to be a new player in this game, guys. Yes, so many of us watching this have been playing this game for 3, 4, 5 years, and we forget what it's like to be a new player in this game. Like, watch me just stumble around. Nobody's ever confused me for the quickest learner in this game or the fastest player in the game, but for a new player, this game feels really confusing. Okay. And what I just mentioned right there about the amount of downtime, about the amount of menu time, that is the number one hurdle for new players in this game. Because it's true. Like, again, we're used to it. But for new players to come in this game, if they're looking for non-stop action like they get in Call of Duty and stuff like that, they're not going to get it in this game. There's a lot of things that this game does great, like the intensity and stuff like that. But no doubt about it, there's a lot of downtime. And that's the number one hurdle. It always has been for a new player going from trying this game to falling in love with it. They have to get like over that hump. And I think what I mentioned right there is really important because of the amount of downtime you have, you don't get a lot of repetition in learning how to reinforce, learning how to repel, learning all those mechanics. So it takes even longer to learn those mechanics. I think what I'm saying here is really important.
Actually, a lot of time that you spend in gunfights or actually even in the game. But all of that preparation time really adds to the intensity of the game when you are actually, getting attacked or attacking. And it really makes you play carefully. And it makes you feel like everything you do is really important.
And that's a great point as well. Gosh, I'm so smart, guys. I'm making all these great points. Is the reason the game feels so intense in part because there is so much downtime? Does that downtime make you play more careful? Is that downtime an important element to making the game more intense? That's a question that I don't know that I can answer. Would the game be as good if it didn't have that much downtime? I think that's an important counterpoint. So something of note, we're reinforcing kids' bedroom and I'm barricading the bedroom. So just keep that in mind.
And every decision has a consequence. And that's awesome. Like, you can't just throw your life around with reckless abandon because you'll be bored for the next 4 or 5 minutes.
so
like I said, guys,
don't play aggressive, not because you're going to lose, but because you'll be bored.
Having a ton of fun playing this beta. It has lived up to my expectations and then some. I can't wait until this game comes out. I'm going to put a team together and just work on practicing our strategies, and I think that is going to be one of the most fun things I've ever done in games, is just work with a team. And you've noticed it in the beta, when you're playing with a good team, this game works perfect and you can see the genius behind it. There's one moment that I think of.
Oh yeah. So look, in the kill feed, it used to show the amount of damage. It had a damage log. I remember that. Forgot all about that. But yeah, I think that I got that right as well. Getting in this game and playing with a 5 stack and stratting and stuff is definitely the most rewarding video game experience I've ever had, and that's why I'm still playing the game to this day. No doubt about it.
You know, I'm rappelling down from a ceiling. I'm hanging upside down. I look down into the hallway and I see a guy sitting down there behind a shield. I pull my sights up, take him out, and then rappel the rest of the way down and drop into the hallway. What other game has ever given us that type of gameplay or opportunity to do something like that? It's so much fun. I'm having a blast playing it. It's not perfect. It is a beta, though, and I really think that when the game comes out, they're going to fix this glitchiness and bugginess, and at heart, the gameplay has always been fun. So
if I only knew then.
Like I said in the beginning, if you are interested in tactical, realistic gameplay, this game is...
Okay, so that's the second time that I've mentioned tactical and realistic. And, you know, I think that I have to admit that when you hear people say that Rainbow Six Siege has changed over time from tactical and realistic gameplay, like, I don't think this game's ever been realistic. I think, again, coming from Call of Duty gave me a weird impression, but I think that I do have to give a little bit more credit to the people who, you know, look at operators like Yana and the hologram decoy running around and look at that and they're like, okay, where is this game gone? Because we didn't have that type of stuff at this point in the game. And you hear me mention it a couple of different times throughout this. There's no doubt the game has changed over time. And, you know, watching this has definitely opened my eyes to, you know, arguments that I might write off typically, that I should probably give them a little bit more respect. Because there are a lot of people out there who don't like the Mozzie pizza heads and stuff like that. And I think that I understand where they're coming from a little bit more after watching this.
For you, you're going to have a ton of fun playing this game. It's not easy. Don't expect to step into it and just be a wizard from the get-go. It has a steep learning curve for sure, but it is a blast to play once you start getting comfortable. So that's my review of the Rainbow Six Siege beta. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to put out a couple more videos where I go into a little bit more depth as far as the game.
All right, so again, back to the scoreboard. This is interesting. Timeline. That's interesting. And what are these bars? Is this how much you leveled up?
Where I go into a little bit more
fun.
So that's my review of the Rainbow Six Siege beta.
Is this how much you leveled up? Or this is timeline. Oh, that's how long you survived in the round. That's crazy.
So that's my review of the Rainbow Six Siege.
I want to see that. I want this back. Look at this.
Hope you.
Look at. I want this back. Bring this back, Siege. This is cool. Now, not after every round. Well, yeah, they can't bring it back. It's just another, like, it's another menu. It would be kind of cool to see this in between each round, but I forgot all about this.
You guys enjoyed it. I'm going to put out a couple more videos where I go into a little bit more depth as far as the game and how it compares to Call of Duty. So stay tuned for those. But like I said, guys, ton of fun. If they have an open beta, which I believe.
Okay, so here we are on the operators. Oh my God. Thermite frags. He kept them for a while, actually, even after release. Thermite frag grenades. The good old days. Wow, Fragmite. Keep in mind that Thermite was the only hard breacher at this time, so he was picked every single round, and he had frag grenades. That was actually kind of crazy. Let's go back to these operator icons. Right. So recruit. I don't know. Thermite, Twitch. One of these is Sledge. One of these is Thatcher. IQ. I believe the owl is IQ. Ash. Wow.
Open beta, which I believe they're going to. I highly suggest that you get it. And
Blitz. Was that Blitz? Which one was Blitz?
Open beta, which I believe.
Oh, that was Blitz. The Medusa was Blitz, wasn't it?
Ton of fun. If they have an open beta, which
yeah, Blitz had the Medusa emblem. Interesting.
I believe they're going to. I highly suggest that you get it and try it out. Words can't really explain just how different this game is, and I would really suggest trying it for yourself, or at least watching some streams to see if this is something that you might even be interested in. So Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll have more coming your way here soon.
All right, so there's my Rainbow Six Siege beta review. A lot of good memories bringing back, looking at the old interface and stuff like that, seeing how much the game has changed. I think I got a lot of things right as far as my impressions of the game at that point, and some things wrong, no doubt about it. But it definitely, one thing watching this, it reminds me of a little bit what it must be like to be a new player in this game at that time. Imagine now you come in, there's so many more operators, so many more maps. The maps are bigger. That was on House, and I was still fumbling around, wondering what I was doing. Imagine being a new player and coming into Villa. That's crazy to think about. But anyway, guys, this has been really fun. Really fun. I've had a lot of fun making content for this game over the last 5 years, and here's to 5 more years. Happy birthday, Rainbow Six Siege. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll have more coming your way here soon.